And we're on, dude.
Good evening, Johnny.
Good evening, Andrew. I haven't watched any Jocko in a while. Last one I watched was that Memorial. He put out that Memorial Day one, which was cool.
Yeah, that was good.
Right?
I shared it.
That was awesome. I like that.
Do you notice, like, on social media on Memorial Day, there's a lot of people that it doesn't bother me. It bothers some people, but a lot of people are like, thank you to the past veterans and current veterans, and thank you for your service. And then you get those certain people that are like, hold on a minute. Memorial Day is not about us. Veterans Day is about current veterans.
Yeah.
You know. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. I know what you're saying. Some people, that's a pet peeve to them, but you got your damn holidays mixed up. Is it a holiday or is it just a day of remembrance? People treat it like a holiday. Let's barbecue and drink beer.
Yeah.
Just like Cinco de Mayo.
Think about why you're able to do that.
Yeah.
Give thanks.
Those people that gave the ultimate sacrifice allowed us to have the freedoms that we have, dude, which I'm very grateful for, dude. Very grateful for.
Allows us to sit here and do this retarded podcast.
Yes.
Oh, man. What a week.
Yeah, crazy week.
Moving.
Are y'all done?
No.
No?
I mean...
Oh, don't forget, I'll let you take that nail gun.
I got most big stuff. I have a garage sale next weekend, so I'll get
cool. I got some shit you can put on in the garage sale.
All right. Load it up. I'm keeping the money. I told my mom, I was like, you're going to be in charge of the money, man. Like whatever you can make, you can have.
Yeah.
And I was like, but the idea is we got to get rid of the crap.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So,
yeah. Just go through the house and like, I haven't touched that in years. Yeah. Sell it. Make some money.
But I got like washer and dryer, fridge.
I told you the last garage sale we had, my dad was selling a couple lawnmowers. Those things went like crazy. And then on Facebook, where my sister had posted the garage sale, she'd taken pictures of it. Everybody just kept asking about lawnmowers, man. So if you got a shitload of lawnmowers, there's some money there. And don't get hurt during the garage sale. That's how I hurt my thumb. It still hasn't straightened out, dude.
I was going to see if you'd come and load stuff in people's vehicles.
Dude, I was just putting in a little chair in this lady's SUV, and I felt my thumb like a burning sensation. Now it's stuck, dude.
You and Mark Smith got fucked up stuck fingers, dude.
You know what I'm afraid of? It's arthritis. I don't know, but I felt something tear, dude. So I don't know. I'm good now. Even though it's bent.
It won't
straighten it out, and it's also like way fatter than the other one. Look at it.
Wow. You gonna go to a doctor?
No. Don't need to go to a doctor for that shit. I'm able to. Actually, the first 2 days of me trying to use it, like stuck like this, it really affected the way I did maintenance, man. Like you don't realize how much you do this.
Oh yeah.
You know how much you utilize that thumb until you damage it, man. I was like, God. And we're doing a window change, so you know how that is. I'm on the inside. I'm over there trying to put the damn washers and the nuts on them damn bolts, and my hand was off.
Those top ones suck.
Yes, dude. That's where I was getting really mad, man, because usually it does suck, but I'm pretty proficient at doing it. Just
do you know that all the years I was on the flight line, I was never upstairs on a window change.
Piece of shit.
And then I get to M1, and it seems like I get put with Mark Smith on every window change. He's not going up there.
Yeah.
He literally will just stand around.
I'm always on the inside, and on the outside, it's either Ron or Tree. You know. And
so I go up there, and I'd be like, my big ass would be all up in there, over the glare shield.
I don't mind. You're really kind of. That's for the most part. You're sitting down and working. Yeah. You know, you're sitting in that Aces.
I get one of those. Fans, or put a.
I need to purchase me one of those.
Or we'd put a hose up there.
Yep. Get some cool air up there, so you don't burn to death.
Yeah, man, check out that Windows computer. I mean,
yeah, we'll give it a shot.
I know it's got a decent camera on it. If you ever wanted to try it one time.
I know on that camera there, do you see that little light that comes right off of the side of there? That actually helps quite a bit. I don't know if that one has it.
I don't either.
It probably does.
My mom bought it, didn't like it because it was a touchscreen, so she gave it to me.
Use it.
I don't really use it, man. I do everything off my phone. I am when I start school back up. I'm gonna get a
Chromebook.
I'll probably get one before, but
they're the best, man. Battery life forever, man. forever. And you can get a Chromebook and they'll last the battery on one charge. You can get anywhere, and this is with heavy use. You can get anywhere between 8 to 12 hours of just no charge, dude. One charge. It's amazing. With the, I don't know how that battery is, but you know how it is with the older laptops. You're lucky. Unplugged if you get 4. No, there's nothing running in it. It's like a cell phone. There's there's no big ass fans or anything like that.
Because that thing, dude, if you're doing a lot of work like on your lap,
it'll cook your fucking leg,
bitch, man. Yeah, you have like 3rd-degree burns on your leg.
Did you remind me of? I told you when we went to Vegas one time and we drove. So we left from Abilene and we drove all the way to Vegas. And Guthrie was driving. I don't know if I told you this story. So he's driving.
We're in a POV?
Yeah, his car. He had that little like that Ford Escort or whatever. Yeah. So we get in Arizona and I was just, I was napping out occasionally, waking up, napping out. I was like, hey, dude, you want me to drive? He's like, no, man, I'm good. I was like, okay. He's got a cigarette in his mouth. He's like, I'm good, good. All right, so we were going through Arizona, right? And I fall asleep again. And then I don't know how long I was asleep, but I wake up because I feel my thigh is burning, like it's hot. I wake up and I look, and it's Tom's DVD player. He had sat it on my lap, and it was the end of Wedding Crashers. It was the end. Yeah, and he has a cigarette in his mouth. And he looks at me. He's like, I love this movie, man. I was like, holy shit, dude. He's like, I had it on the dash, but the vibration, is kind of down, so I just put it on your leg. So when he said it burned your leg, that's what made me think about that.
That is crazy.
Yeah. Tom was an expert driver, I guess, dude. He drove all the time from here to Louisiana, but yeah.
Do you remember when Sergeant Anderson got to the shop and he kind of swapped things up and moved the airmen around with different trainers? Mm-hmm. And I got stuck with Tom Guthrie, right? So we were on swings, I think. Anyways, no, it was day shift. And our first job is to go out to 112, and we got to take the O-wing fairing strut off, take it to NDI. Remember we had to do that every HBO?
That strut in the ass end?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He goes, oh, I've never done this before. I was like, well, you had taught me how to. We've done a couple of them on 135. So I was like, all right, so this is what we need to do, and he gets up there on the stand, and I got the whites on, and I'm crawling in the fairing and putting this, and I'm kind of waiting to see if he's going to get up here and help me. And he's like, oh, so that's all you, okay. Hey, I'm going to go smoke real quick. So he never comes back, and I get it out and everything, and I come down. He's still out there at the center line. And I walk out there, and I was like, that's why you smoke Pall Malls. And he's like,
they burn slower,
because
dude.
They burn slower.
Yep.
And that was their ad.
Yeah, it is what it says it on the box.
Three times longer or something.
Tom, I know, probably wasn't the best mechanic, but man, he was great at driving and taking care of people, man. Yeah. There's just some people that are like that, man. Yep. They're just born to manage people.
You get a cutback, give him chocolate pudding out of a box nasty.
There's, and I think I know that's how he was. He was great to work for, man. Even when he came on 135 and was assigned as the DCC, I remember him taking me over to the side. He's like, look, he goes, I just got the title, dude. He goes, you're the man. You just take care of the plane. If I need to sign a red X off or whatever. He's like, oh, well, shit, you got your own X's, but just keep doing what you're doing. He's a good dude. Yeah, he's a great guy, man. I miss him. Dude. He's up in Florida right now, I think. Is he? Yeah. I think he's in Florida, or if not, he's back in Louisiana. But I love that guy. Great guy. Some funny times with him, man.
He's just a big dude, happy, and always had that cigarette hanging out of his mouth. Yep. That's good. The people, man.
Yes, it's the people, man.
That's what it's all about.
Every time it's the people. Mic check. Okay, just want to make sure my levels
all right, man.
Yeah.
Testing.
It is. It should be. See, talk.
Hello. Testing.
Yeah.
Just
moved. Right. It is.
So let's get controversial, man.
Okay. What do you want to get controversial about?
I just want. What do you think about this whole Roseanne thing?
You know what? I just looked on my Instagram feed, and I guess Rogan had posted a thing. She was going to come on his show. but she bailed.
Yeah.
And then Rogan said he's going to walk away. He's going to give her some time. He said she's real stressed out, but I don't know, man. I think she made a mistake. She was probably, you know, Ambien, whatever they said, and she was just up, and you know, she's probably taking Ambien and drinking, dude. You know what I'm saying?
Sounds like a good time.
And so that's really gonna fuck up your judgment, man. And you know, when you're drinking, sometimes you say some shit that you just don't.
Oh yeah.
You don't mean. You're just either you're trying to be funny or you're just. It's something in your subconscious. It may be something that you're against. You know what I'm saying? Like you really despise, but it just comes out of your mouth like you're almost like you're for it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, they always say though, like when you're drunk and you talk, you're being the most honest, because
I've heard that too.
You know what I mean? Because I think when people have all their faculties about them, most people, you know, we'll kind of think before we speak sometimes.
Sure.
And I think, you know, you get like substances and you get intoxicated or whatever, or even just, you know, some people just need a few beers just to relax or whatever. And things become easier to say. I don't think she meant anything, but I think she was trying to be funny. And I honestly, I think it was bad judgment, of course, you know, but how many times have you said something you probably shouldn't have said?
Sure.
You know? I mean, the only difference is we're not famous.
I'm not putting it out there for everyone to scrutinize, man.
So I wonder, social media, man.
You gotta be careful with that, dude. You really do.
And that's why, like, I don't post a whole lot. I had a moment where it was right before I got hired on at the debt, and I went out one night. There was one of the Texas country, I think it was like Casey Donahue or Randy Rogers, whatever, maybe Kevin Fowler, I don't know. We all went out and, you know, got really drunk, and then I went back to my apartment and I was messing around on Facebook before I went to bed. And then I got up the next morning and there
was a guy in your bed. Just kidding. Two dudes.
And anyways, I posted something on Facebook the night before, like, 3 hours till work, and I'm drunk, and
wow,
and I'm gonna go work on airplanes, safe flight, like something ridiculous like that.
You Roseanne Barr, dude,
big time. But this was probably 2000, 2010, and or 9, 10, anyways. So Facebook wasn't as in the spotlight. Like, not everybody was using it, and so I don't think it got picked up. But I remember, like, a couple weeks before, I had added Mari Wilson, who was the debt chief.
Oh shit!
And Nick sent me a text, and he goes, "Yeah, you probably shouldn't post that kind of stuff." And I had forgotten until Nick had texted me, and I looked it up, and I was like, "Oh,
delete."
Yeah, and I felt dumb. I felt really dumb and irresponsible, you know. So after that, and then, like, I got more family on there and stuff, and so I really just kind of stopped, unless, you know, something funny or whatever. But
well, so stuff like that, you can call it like a couple different things. You either Roseanne Barred, you Brett Favre'd, you Anthony Weinered, right?
Or,
who else has done that? They do some dumb shit on their social media, and it just straight backfires on them, dude. I mean, there's been quite a few people, man.
What's that one dude? A comedian, real short, real, like, nasally, annoying voice.
Gilbert Godfrey.
Yes, he did. Did he? He posted something that was pretty inflammatory too, and or
you could be like Michael Richards while you're up on stage, just go straight racist. Remember that? You know, Kramer. Yeah, he's done. Like, you don't see him anymore after that happened.
Or when Kanye West was like, George Bush don't like black people. Maybe. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just got to be careful with that social media, man, because it can get you in some big trouble. Just watch what you post.
But what she posted, you know, and again, I kind of I'll say it. I might piss some people off, but I support her. You know, I don't think she did anything intentionally wrong as far as, you know, she tried making a joke and it was taken poorly. But her actions cost her co-stars and cast members a lot of money. And maybe maybe we don't know, but maybe Sarah Gilbert or John Goodman or whatever, maybe they were at a point in their life where they needed work and they did the reboot of the show. And they were like, man, this is, you know, or, you know, we don't know the case, but at any rate,
they all lost money.
That kind of messes with their livelihood. You know?
Yep. Yeah. Insane, man. I don't think she meant it either, dude. I really don't. I think because she's a comedian, she's probably trying to be funny. But like I said, if she's all amped up on Ambien and freaking drinking, her judgment was not there, dude. I heard she went back to them again, begging. You know, begging them, sure. And they're like, nope, sorry.
But you got to wonder, man. Like, I guess probably what bothers me the most about it is at what point, like what. I guess it doesn't matter because ABC or Disney or whoever made the ultimate decision, you know, will keep shows like The View on and allow people to say inflammatory things.
Sure. Yeah.
About, you know, racist or not, but people, let's just say people don't respect the president, but they pick and choose what they keep and take off the air. And I kind of find it funny that, did you watch the new season 10 of Roseanne?
I didn't watch any of them.
Well, Roseanne and her sister were having a feud. Her sister was it didn't really come out and say it, but they never come out and said it. But Roseanne was more of a Trump supporter.
Oh, and her sister was
more of a left wing, like Obama, Hillary supporter. And so I kind of almost wonder if they were like just waiting for something to happen to cancel it, because let's be honest, these media companies and stuff like that are more left leaning. But
yeah, and you think about all the late night shows too. Almost every single one of those people, when they do their monologue, they are ragging on the commander in chief. Yeah. Right.
Yeah. And I get it, man. Like, you don't have to agree with him, and Lord knows I didn't agree with a lot of things that President Obama did. But that's what he was. He was the president.
He was the president. Yep.
And maybe the fact that I was active duty then, and you kind of have like we talked about this last night. You know, we give up a certain amount of our rights when we take that oath.
We took that oath,
and whether you like the person that holds that office or not, you got to support it. So you know, to me, it goes back to, you know, there's a lot of people that we worked for that had higher rank that made poor decisions that we didn't like. We didn't respect them as people, but we respected their rank. And I think, you know, but I think things like this, like what Roseanne did, I will say this, is not helping our situation as a country where we should be trying to come together right now. And when you do things like that, whether you meant it or not, it's actually preventing that from happening.
You know, it's kind of funny though. It's kind of, I don't know, is that really important in the world right now? But it's all over, and we're even talking about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. In the grand scheme of things, no.
Maybe it was done because they're doing something right now to distract us, dude.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Yeah, right. My conspiracy theory. They did that because right now we got something in the works. I don't know.
Well, I mean, let's go with that.
Okay.
What recently happened right before that? School shooting in Santa Fe, Texas.
Yeah. Yeah, and like you just kind of forgot about it.
Just forgot about it, right? I saw yesterday. We didn't go.
That's what they're just putting out there in front of us, man. Just constantly putting out whatever they put out in front of us is part of what you're going to focus on.
Which again is why I don't like to watch mainstream media, and I like to listen to podcasts. Yep. Because you don't have that. So I was cooking dinner for me and my mom last night because I had to go to work early, so I didn't go see my dad. And I'm sitting there and watching, I don't know what's on, the news was on, and then like Entertainment Tonight or whatever pops up. Well, in between that, they do like the world news, CBS World News or whatever. And they have released some of the video content that they found on the cell phone of that kid who did the Parkland shooting in Florida.
Okay.
Dude, he straight up introduces himself in this video and says, "I will be the next school shooter, and my goal is 20 people."
God, man.
Holy. And wow.
I mean, what triggered him? You think he was bullied?
I don't know, man.
You know, it's crazy, man.
I don't know. Kids can be brutal.
They're freaking cruel, man. I know when I was in school, they were pretty damn cruel too. But I think now they just take it to another level, man. Especially when these kids are all on social media.
Yeah.
You know.
Wow. Went full circle.
Yeah.
Back to social media.
Back to social media, man.
Life was life was simpler without it, but it has its benefits too.
It does.
You know,
if you use it the right way, man, it's an awesome tool. But it can also be a tool that can get you in a shitload of trouble, man.
It's great for my fire department because whenever I announce the burn bans on there when they're on and off, it's a good way for us to advertise our fundraisers.
Yep.
And believe it or not, a lot of the community is older people, but some of these older people, they have Facebook accounts.
Yep.
And so we can post calls and runs and pictures of different calls we've been on. And so they kind of get to say, oh, wow, you know, they may drive by the fire station, know we see it closed up, or just see us there once or twice a month for meetings where they say, oh, they are out there.
Doing
our
something.
Money that we're helping them. They're using it, you know, to better the community. So I mean, it can be good.
It's good for us too. Like we put stuff out for our podcast, you know. But yeah, I think it can get you. If you can use it the wrong way, man, or just like when people put comments on stuff, man. Brutal. Some of those comments. Brutal. Yeah. Some of them are funny, man. You know. I mean, I think I got a pretty sick, twisted sense of humor, and I think some shit that's funny probably shouldn't be funny. But I'm not out there retweeting it or reposting it.
No, but you tag me in it.
I do. I gotta let you see it. I was like, oh, Andy's gonna love this, dude.
And I like, you know, it's a.
And you do the same for me. There's times where
there's a certain entertainment factor for sure, and that's what I enjoy about it. But
yeah, man, like you said too. I don't even watch normal television anymore, man. And when I do, it's FS1, FS2, Discovery, History Channel. I don't ever really watch ABC, NBC, or CBS anymore. When I used to love those channels, man. Fox, I used to watch that all the time.
Well, I mean, you know, obviously, I love documentaries and miniseries. And then, like, I watch Live PD. I'm addicted to that show on A&E. I don't know why. I think it's funny, man, because there's so many people. And Darren, we probably could ask him, but people are just so stupid. Like when the cops come into the picture, people just get retarded, man. It's crazy.
It's weird, I think, because when they see somebody of authority, they're like, you want to think, oh my God, am I doing something illegal? Am I doing something wrong? And so you don't act right.
The last time I got pulled over, man, I thought I was going to get ripped out of my car because I was shaking. And the dude's like, he goes, are you okay? What's going on? Why are you shaking? And I was like, because I'm nervous. He goes, you don't have nothing to be nervous about. You're not doing anything wrong, right? And I was like, no, but the way you come up on me, because he, like, out of nowhere.
Why do you get nervous if you weren't doing anything wrong? I should be nervous if I get fucking pulled over, Andy. I mean, look at me, dude. Well, me, I don't think I'm not. I'm just, I kind of like it. If I do get pulled over, I just want to talk.
Hands up, don't shoot, man.
No, I don't even do that. I was like, hey, what's going on? What did I do wrong? And they tell me, but I don't. Yeah.
Well, it was the fact that I'm driving, and all of a sudden these headlights just rush up behind me, and that's what got my adrenaline pumping because I was like, I might have to do some evasive maneuvers. I have to like.
Well, did you have to fix your pants,
like,
dude? Oh my God, I shouldn't have been doing this while I was driving. That's probably why you're nervous.
But then I threw out, hey, I'm the fire chief of Morrill Volunteer Fire Department. And he's like, oh, you're a first responder? Cool. And then it lightened things up.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was a little tense for a minute.
Yeah, probably because you're all shady. He's probably guys on meth, crack cocaine.
Or he's hiding something. You know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think the way we watch the way we gather media now too, man. It's just like it's way different.
No, it's a click away.
Yes, click away. I'm a Netflix guy. I'm an Amazon guy.
What's your favorite social media platform?
Right now, honestly, I like Instagram.
Me too.
I'm starting to, I don't know, Facebook, like you said before too, there's just a lot of ads on there, and there's a lot of shit that comes up on my feed. I'm like, why the hell is this on here? You know, maybe because we were talking about something, which is strange too.
Facebook for me, I think, is just more so I can keep up with family and friends, just see what they're doing.
I read something where like a lot of the younger generation, they're not using Facebook. They're using Twitter or Instagram, you know.
And Twitter,
I did Twitter for like a day, and I just couldn't. I didn't like the interface. I didn't like it the way it was, so I was like, eh.
Well, Instagram. I have a hard time keeping up with the conversations. Like, so somebody tweets something, and then the replies to it, and then it's hard to follow for me.
Yeah.
So
I thought that was always weird too. Like, who came up with that name, Twitter? And then when you tweet something, I was like, what the fuck? This sounds weird.
It was brilliant.
I guess. But on Instagram, we don't say we insted.
We insted.
You know, what do you say on Instagram? I say I looked at the comments. You know?
I IG'd.
Now that's not going to stick.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody had to think about that. Hey, we need to put something out there that's going to stick. How about tweet?
So when I went to BIC in July of 2010, BIC is Basic Instructor Course.
For anybody that doesn't know what BIC is.
For Air Force instructors have to go to this class to get qualified to teach formal training courses. Anyway, so while we're there, we had to do some active shooter drills.
Okay.
And one of the big things that when we go in the classroom, you know, this is kind of a new thing, cell phones, and everybody has them, and everybody's on them, and text messaging and all this, and you know, it can be a big distraction. And so our instructor was like, you know, keep them on, you know, you're not supposed to have them, but just keep them in your pockets, keep them on silent. But if we do any, if we have any, you know, active shooter exercises, stay off of them. Do not be on them. Because what happened was they had a situation at Shepherd a few weeks before I got there where this guy walks into one of the dorms, the training dorms, walks through CQ with a shotgun, tosses something to the, you know, remember when you'd go through, they would check your ID, and then, I don't know if you had to do that when you went through CQ and check your face card. He just walks by and tosses something, and it was a shotgun shell. And he whispers to the person, "I could have killed you," and continues walking and goes up the stairs. Well, before everybody realizes what's going on, finally somebody was sitting behind the CQ desk was like, "Holy shit, he had a gun!" And so they start, like, I think somebody pulled a fire alarm to get people out, and then security forces come in and they found him, and they were able to subdue him, and nobody got hurt, right?
What was that guy's story? Was he like?
They never told us like what the deal was with him, but something wasn't right. He wasn't happy with something, obviously. But what was crazy was immediately somebody got on Twitter and started just tweeting stuff out on what's going on, and you know how the military is about stuff like that. Until they do a full investigation and know what's going on, they don't want information getting out. They want things to be quiet.
Sure. There's no secrecy in anything we do, man.
Right.
Because of that.
Yeah. And so that just adds another problem to, you know, security and confidentiality and
You know, I told you I was watching those.
Like I was thinking about tweeting out about M2 losing the contract, but you know, we have to be confidential.
Yeah. Somebody's gonna pick us up. Anyways, I told you I was watching those Deep Undercover on Netflix.
Yeah.
And I started thinking about like these guys. Every time they would show, they're like, man, I was nervous because I had to wear a wire. Dude, now to be an undercover guy, you don't gotta fucking wear a wire. Just put your phone in your pocket and hit record. And everyone has a cell phone, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because like that was the biggest thing with all those guys like Donnie Brasco. And the biggest thing that they were worried about was, man, I hope they don't find this wire on me. Now you can just have your cell phone on you, and you can be an undercover cop.
Remember when ops would come over to the det and they'd go in that back conference room and have their fucking telecoms and shit?
Yeah.
And they would leave their cell phones. They had that little box out there and leave their cell phones. Same thing, because you know, if it was secret information or classified briefing,
yeah,
you know,
somebody could be just openly recording. They could have a ZTE phone,
right? China
giving that stuff to China. When they left their phones out there outside, I took some. I'm just kidding. I didn't. When I would go do testing with the FTU, we would have to leave our phones on the outside too, because you couldn't bring them in there. Just leave them out. And I remember one time I was leaving there, and there was a bunch of zeros in the lobby where all the phones were at, and I was getting my phone. I was like, I like this one. I just left, and they looked at me, dude, like I was just taking somebody else's phone. This one looks cool, but it was my phone.
Crazy world we live
in,
man.
It is, man. Hey, what do you think about all the people that just got promoted, dude? That's a lot of people that got promoted, Air Force wide, and even at the base.
Yeah, what was it like? Was it 50 or 60?
57. Like I heard 70. That could be a wrong stat. Sergeant? Yeah.
Well, I think what it is I think when they redid the promotion system, and the they brought the new EPR online about the same time.
Yes.
And I don't think that it was tested, or I don't think they had everything figured out.
No, they did absolutely not.
I think it really put a lot of people behind, and now they're trying to play catch up on. I think they were short on master sergeants over the last few years.
Yep. I think all ranks they were kind of short on with that. It affected all the ranks, going up from staff sergeant tech into master, and all the ranks. But
what's your? I mean, because I didn't make it to that to the senior NCO tier. In fact, I went backwards. But I made staff twice, man.
Dude, that's an accomplishment.
And I didn't even have to test the second time. Well, I did, and I failed, but hey, that's another story. But
that's an accomplishment.
For you being a senior NCO, like what's your thoughts on boarding for master sergeant?
I saw a lot of things in the way that they wanted to do the promotion, the new EPR. Saw a lot of good in it. It made it to where, like, yes, it's going to be more focused on your job performance rather than you going out there and sucking dick. Well, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to be, No,
I mean you're right.
You're doing your job and you're performing at your job. Who cares that you're doing all this volunteer stuff? Yes, if you care about that, you honestly care about that thing that you want to volunteer for, go for it. But there was just some people out there, dude, that were just doing a lot of that and less of their job. And these people were getting promoted. And it wasn't right and it wasn't fair. So I saw it that way to help it. But what was difficult, man, is when they wanted you to rack and stack your people. You got your top person, so you got your number one, your number two, your number three, number four. And it was difficult for me at the detachment because, at the det, you're surrounded by alphas. Everybody has their shit together.
Yeah. So there's a reason why you're there.
Yeah. So you want me to rack and stack, which I did, but it was very difficult, man. Cause like I had people that were everybody, this person has their bachelor's. Number two has their bachelor's. You had to find something that separated them. And sometimes I was just like, man, it really isn't that big of a difference. And so it made it difficult to choose the number one. You know
where I think a lot of sections are going to would have problems is
it makes it very competitive.
I mean, quarterly awards and monthly awards and yearly awards and all that wasn't really stressed.
Yeah.
And so at the debt level, I bet that's what it came down to, because we had a pretty solid awards program, you know. And so I guess you got to look at, I mean, that's probably what it came down to a lot of the times, didn't it?
Honestly, dude, it came down to like a couple, like a class.
Really?
Yes. Like I'm missing a class. Or I remember I had it to where like I even had to get it down to like teaching hours. Like who's been teaching the most, you know? Or I had to look who's running the most programs, you know? And even then there was just this constant, they were the same.
But with teaching hours, I mean, is that really fair?
No, because there's some courses you didn't teach.
If you have a tech sergeant age instructor.
Yeah.
And then you've got a tech sergeant E&E instructor.
Yeah. Yep.
You know, the age guy, always teaching, going TDY teaching.
Yeah. Did the evaluation system need to be changed? Yes. Is it good now? I don't know. I was only in there for 2 years while it was kind of going, you know, 2 years after that. But it's going to get better, I hope, you know. And then you have those people that, I mean, I'm like that too. I don't like change, man. But in order to grow or develop, you have to change. You have to. And I'm stubborn sometimes, man. So I had to think differently, man.
Yeah, I think when it comes to promoting people, you know, probably when I first came in, you know, you were already an NCO, so not very many people had their CCAFs, or not very many people were going to school.
No.
And so
it wasn't pushed, dude.
But now everybody's going to school. Everybody's getting their CCAF.
Yes.
You know, and so they have to make it more competitive to. I think one thing that bothered me, and I disagreed with putting your PT score on the EPR, because in my opinion that was if you passed or failed, you either met the standard or you didn't meet it.
Yeah.
And there was a block on there,
yes,
for performance and standards.
Yep.
You know, and so why wouldn't you just why wouldn't you mark the person down rather than
then throw it out there.
Then put it right out there. I mean, if that's the case, let's put our credit scores on there.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, financial responsibility is a big part, right?
You know that you bring that up. For all those people that just made rank, be smart about your money. Yes, it's nice to have a new car and all that shit, but you got to think, once you become a senior NCO, you're also getting to that part in your career where you're nearing the end. And when you get to the end and you still in fucking debt, it's gonna suck. And then sometimes some people stretch out their career because of the debt. And then are you being a real leader, or are you just staying in for money?
Yeah, and
that becomes an issue.
And who is ultimately going to be affected by that?
Your troops,
the people that you're leading.
And I saw that a lot while I was in. Sure. You know, you did too. There was people that were in, and they were more or less going to work just for that paycheck.
Remember, at 15 years, you could do the redux.
Yes.
And get that 30K and then tax it. You know, I know there was a lot of people that was taking that because they were in massive debt.
Yep.
And then they would pay their debt off, right? Thinking, okay, cool, I'm debt free. I'll do 7 more years and be back to 50% and retire. But it's the same thing. No longer are you thinking, you know, about growing professionally or being a better leader. Now you're like, I got to get back up to that 50% to retire. So it's kind of the same. Yeah. It was the same thing, you know. And then 9 times out of 10, I bet those people were right back into debt by the time they're retired anyways.
Yeah, because I mean, who doesn't love a new car? I want a new car. Yeah. But dude, I also don't want debt. I think it's funny when people post that, like on, you know, like on social media, when they're like, got my new truck. I'm like, congratulations on the debt.
Congratulations on a house payment.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yes.
Half-ton pickups, $40,000.
That's a house payment, brother. Yeah, that's a house payment.
You know,
it's getting to the point now where it's almost smarter to lease a vehicle.
Do you know who really made me think about vehicles and debt and auto loans was Nicholson Eady, Chief D.
Oh, really?
When we were in the DDO 708, you know, I asked her, I was like, "You're a master sergeant. What are you doing rolling Escalades, like brand new Escalade? You're like, what are you slinging on the side? You know?"
She's a senior at the D at that time.
Oh yeah, she's a senior. Anyways, but still,
she's fine. She was financially savvy.
$80,000. Well, she told me that long time ago, you know, she got a vehicle and she paid it off. You know, a cheap vehicle. And you know, I could be off on the specifics. But essentially, the theory is you buy your first vehicle and you get a loan. Let's say the car costs $5,000 and you're paying $200 a month and you pay it off. Well, she kept paying herself that $200. She kept paying
like she had a car payment.
She had a car payment. Okay. Then she takes that car and goes and trades it in, and she takes that money and puts a down payment. And then she pays. So now maybe she's got a $10,000 car, but she only owes $5,000. Yeah. So she pay a higher payment, pays it off, keeps making that payment, and then after that, man, you know, she was able to afford a very nice vehicle. Yeah. And she's not paying, you know.
Kim is the one that kind of got me. Now, I wouldn't say I'm financially savvy, but I'm a little bit smarter about my money. My wife did that, dude. She's like, I mean, she worked at the bank. She knows interest rates. She explained it to my dumb ass how that works. Yeah. You know, and I'm like, holy crap. And then when she put it down, when she dumbed it down for Johnny, it just it clicked with me. I was like, oh my God. You know?
Yeah, for the longest time, I was like, I don't care what my interest rate is, as long as I can afford the payment.
Yeah.
That's retarded.
Yeah, you're paying a lot more than what that car's really worth. Yeah. But yeah, so for anybody's out there that's listening and you made rank, that's awesome. Just be smart about your finances and your purchases, because it's going to come a time where it's time for you to get out and you don't want to be like, fuck, I'm in debt. I got to stay in and I'm staying in for the money. And you're not really thinking about your career or helping the Air Force or Airman, big A, right? So, yeah, I don't know. That's great that people get promoted, man. Just be smart with that money. Be smart with that money. I don't think there's enough courses or classes that they have out there. They tell us, you can go to finance. They can teach you about this.
I think they do. I just don't think people do them.
They don't do them, and I don't think they really. There's a push for them.
The Airman and Family Readiness Center, I know, has a lot.
Yeah,
but it's
go
just
there and learn about money, man.
It's flares at the gym, or you know, who pays attention to those.
But like I think when I was in basic training, I don't even think it was a class, but there was a TI that came into our like a little ready room or wherever, like, and she talked to us and asked us if we knew what interest rates were and about credit cards and stuff like that. And that was about all. Yeah, I was like, that was pretty cool. Because you got to think about it. Some people, when they come into the military, man, 17, 18 years old, they're kids. They have no concept of money.
Our TI come in and got us in that room and told us to put our head between our legs. There's a tornado drill. And then we come out and like the latrines flooding with laundry soap, like suds everywhere. Our beds are all in disarray. Our wall lockers are knocked over. Your TI carried.
It wasn't my TI. It was some other TI. Some TI came in there while we were on like some break. I just remember us all being in that room when we stunk, dude. We freaking stunk. I don't know how your basic training was, but dude, there was like, I think back on mine, it felt like, I don't know if I was in Guantanamo Bay or not, dude. Like our dorm chief and the latrine queen, they had a great idea for us just to use like 2 shower heads. So you'd have 3 dudes under 1 shower head trying to take a shower.
Bet you enjoyed that.
Jeez, dude. I'm like, what in the fuck? And then you'd cycle through. So we only used 2, and then we only used 1 urinal and 1 toilet. Yeah. So the rest of them weren't used. But man, I'm like, dude, what fucking kind of shit is this? I'm taking a shower like right next to another dude. And
like, sorry, dude.
Can't really clean up really well in that amount of time, and with that close
a lot of body spray, dude.
It was just it was disgusting.
You get body spray at the mini mall or whatever.
I hated basic training, man. I didn't like it.
Really?
No, I didn't like it. I told you, dude, I didn't want to join the military.
When I got there, I was like, okay, well, like when you get to the reception area and you know they're like, cup your hands and put your bags down, pick them up, and I was like, this is lame. I was like, my mom yells louder than that.
We do harder shit in the Boy Scouts.
Hard. So then,
I mean the Scouts now. It's called the Scouts, right?
So then,
is it Scouts now? I mean, I don't know what it's called.
It's the Scouts BSA.
What's the BSA?
Boy Scouts of America. That's just
Okay.
It was the Boy Scouts of America. Now it's just Scouts BSA. Dumb. But we got dropped off the bus at our dorm, you know, and you go like kind of form up and you're just standing there. We're standing there. It's like 2 a.m. It's hot.
Yeah, I got there like 2 a.m. as well. It's weird.
And then, you know, the door where you went in to go up to your dorms or whatever, because we were on the 2nd floor. This door swings open. Boom! And everybody's all, you know, and then nothing. Nobody come out. And so everybody kind of relaxes, and then boom, and you hear click, 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 click. And it was my nightmare, man.
Yeah.
It's just this big black dude, man, just huge. Senior Airman King, dude.
Yeah.
And he just started in, man, and then that was like, this shit's real.
So your TI was a senior airman? Mine was.
Well, the one that brought us in, he was like, you know, you had like your main TI.
Yeah.
But and then this guy was like his assistant or whatever. And he's the one that brought us in that night. And then we met Staff Sergeant Sylvester the next day, and he was like this Army combat medic that crossed over the Air Force. It was a TI.
Green to blue?
Yeah, and he's actually pretty cool. Pretty cool dude. I actually interacted with him on a 331st Trank Squadron Facebook page.
Really?
Yeah.
Weird.
That was pretty cool. But
yeah, I didn't like basic, man.
When we were done, I was like sad I was leaving. I was just getting into the swing of things.
I was glad to leave, dude.
Were you?
Yeah. Yeah, remember I was 21 when I came in.
That's
so
true.
I was like, I already thought I knew everything, dude. So
dude, I was 18, went behind the ears, naive.
Like I said,
wondering
man,
what the hell I got myself into.
I honestly didn't grow up until I made staff. The rest of the time I was just kind of jacking around, just doing my job, you know, but I mean, took things seriously, but I don't know. My outlook on stuff was very, I don't know, I guess you can say lighthearted, but
it's not a horrible way to be.
I guess it's not, but I'm glad I joined now. I mean, looking back is the best decision of my life, man.
Oh yeah.
I didn't want to do it because my dad was, you know, when my dad served, we traveled so much, dude, and that's hard on a family and your kids. You make friends, then you move. It was happening like every 4 years, man.
So not to change the subject, but that brings up a cool point. I was talking to Thomas Munoz last night, and you know, because he's probably, you're going to be listening to this. You're like our biggest critic. You always have something to say.
Maybe we'll have him on the show one day.
I doubt it. But probably not.
Probably not.
No. But he was suggesting that you know, I told you what he suggested about guests.
Sure.
But he was like, you ought to get like a military spouse and a military child that's in it. That's living the military life.
Oh yeah, that'd be great.
How
dude.
Cool would that be?
Yep. That's an awesome
idea.
idea.
You know, because like he said, he goes, think about it. He goes, it's easy being in the military. When you deploy, all you got to worry about is, for the most part, it's just going and doing what you're there to do, you know?
Yeah.
But if you got a family, you know,
it's hard on them, dude.
It's hard on them.
Yep.
And especially the spouse, because she's taking care of the finances, the kids, the house, you know, and so I think that's
a good idea. I like
so there's anybody out there that watches that would be interested in sharing their experience, get with us.
Yeah, that'd be great, dude. That'd be freaking awesome. Yeah, because, dude, when I started deploying, dude, Kim just took over. She took over, and she's still doing it to this day, dude. And it's because I got so used to it, man. But those, you know, 6 times I deployed, dude, there's no way I can take care of the bills while I'm gone, you know. So Kim, she's taking care of everything all the time.
I ain't gonna lie, I didn't take care of my stuff when I deployed.
Well, it's different when you're single, man.
Well, I know, but I didn't take care of it. Nick did. Seriously.
Yeah, you got to find somebody.
I was like, but it was good because like his wife worked at the bank that I banked at, And so I gave him all my banking information.
Yeah.
And I trusted him. Well, I don't know why, but he did. I mean, he took care of my stuff. He paid a bunch of stuff off that I had.
Yep.
I mean, in fact, in 2008, when I got back, he had me an apartment. And he had a brand new couch and a bunch of stuff set up.
You had a sugar daddy, dude.
I did.
I realized I'm almost out of frame, dude. For the whole time now, you've been talking to nothing.
I'm a star.
There we go.
I want to give a shout out to Skip Clark, man. Congrats,
Skippy.
Congrats on the new baby.
Awesome.
I'm surprised that he's not shooting blanks, dude. That works still.
Old Skippy had a baby. Clark. It's too old to be having a baby, dude.
I know.
It's like Benny.
It's good stuff, though.
Yeah, that is great. That's awesome, man. That's awesome.
He was like one of our first comments when he was like, "Three Chiefs doing this podcast and not a single beer."
Yeah. I'm getting old now, Skippy. I don't drink as much as I used to, dude, because I used to be a champion drinker. Not anymore.
Yeah. Got it. Getting old, got to take care of ourselves.
Yeah. It happens, dude. Like I told you, I'm pretty sure this thumb is freaking arthritis, man. Damn it. I'm working with it, though. So you got the duty this weekend, huh?
Got the little weekend duty, man.
I had the duty last time we did a podcast. I think when Darren was on, the next day I had to go to work, but you'll be all right, man. You'll be all right.
I got to drive from Fredericksburg. No big deal. Mike, I got to get up at 4:30.
Are you going to have to get up that early to make it?
Well, I mean, get up, shower, eat something. I can make it in an hour.
Oh, okay.
But
the commutes are better, though, now, right?
Well, it's just straight, man. I don't have to, I mean, I just got to slow down to go through a couple towns. It's not like driving out in the country, all these turns. And
how far is Ballinger from San Angelo, man? Maybe like 20 more minutes? Yeah.
30 miles.
Damn.
It's honestly, well, like maybe for you, if you were to do something like that, you would be like, this sucks.
Yeah.
But I've been doing a long commute since 2010.
You gotta remember too, dude. Fucking Abilene boy, and anybody that lives in Abilene, 15 minutes, anywhere. Well, you can be anywhere in 15 minutes in Abilene.
It's kind of funny if you look at the timeline.
You're like doing big city commutes, is what you're doing.
Yeah. I moved to Tuscola in 2010, and I keep moving more south. Like I'm in Ballinger now.
You're in Ballinger, yeah. Pretty soon you're like, hey, I live in Angelo, dude. Might as well work. Got to find a job out there in Goodfellow.
Thought about it. There's nothing to pay though.
I don't even know when the last time I went on that base, Goodfellow Air Force Base.
I've never been on it.
It's been a while.
Never.
You don't ever hardly hear anything about Goodfellow. It's a fire department base, isn't it?
Yeah, Intel, a big Intel base, and firefighter training. Yeah, no, you don't hear much.
Mm-mm.
It's an all right town, man.
San Angelo, yeah, it is, man. I always just rag it because I like Abilene more than San Angelo. But I got a lot. I told you, man. That's where my dad's from. I got a lot of family in San Angelo. A lot of Godinuses running around there. So it's an okay town, but I prefer to live in Abilene, dude, because this is my hometown.
Well, my dad gets back when he gets out of rehab, not physical therapy rehab.
Your dad does drugs, Andy? That's almost perfect.
We're gonna probably move closer to Abilene. So
that'd be awesome, dude. Maybe we can podcast 2 episodes per week, than 1.
Yeah, cool.
Next week we need to think about. You want to do another Friday one because Saturday is that UFC.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sure.
You come over, so you'll be coming over here twice in
that'll work.
The weekend.
I'll try to. I'll try to see if I can get a hold of that dude I went to paramedic school with. See if he'd be interested.
Yeah.
I don't know what his work schedule's like, but I'm sure he'd do it. He's a cool dude. He's a Marine.
We gotta start thinking this week for next week's guest. We'll get it down. We'll have it. We'll have a surprise for y'all. But
it'll be good. Yeah. What else, man?
Oh man. So you had a doctor's appointment today?
I did. And Like I told you, man, screwed off long enough, man. And you know, it's funny. I just turned 35, and it was like, make the "you're getting old" jokes, and I still feel like I'm 20, man.
Yeah.
But today, my doctor's appointment, I was like, I think I hit that point where I really need to start thinking about taking care of myself.
Yeah.
My body's not an amusement park I've treated it for the past 20 years. So, yeah. So I'm like right on the line of being diabetic.
No, diabeto. You ever watch Family Guy or Family Guy or? No, it's American Dad. One of those two. Yeah, they always make jokes about diabetes, man.
Yeah.
No, diabeto.
And it's kind of unfortunate just because, I'm predisposed to it.
Okay, I was about to ask you.
It's genetic.
It's genetic.
It is.
It can be controlled and not you can make it not come out. Exactly. Pretty much is what I'm trying to get at if you take care of yourself.
Diabetes is one of those things that
it runs in my family. My dad's diabetic.
Yeah, is that if you take care of yourself, you'll never get it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a good chance you'll never get it. Now, there are certain circumstances where people are just born with it. They're
ladies when they get pregnant.
When they get pregnant, they get gestational diabetes.
Gestational diabetes.
But yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at, and I think I kind of saw the writing on the wall. There's been a few instances probably over the last 6 months where I haven't felt right.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say I felt bad, but people know when they don't,
there's something
going on.
And I'm gonna keep eating this fucking cheeseburger.
And so I kind of started.
What did you notice? What did you notice where you're like, I might be getting diabetes, or there might be something wrong? Like, what was it?
Well, I'll be honest with you. The morning that I decided to randomly check my blood sugar at my parents' house because my mom's diabetic. Of course, now I've had some medical training and I've dealt with a lot of diabetic emergencies, so signs and symptoms I'm pretty familiar with. I was really I was tired.
Yeah.
I was really fatigued, and I had slept great the night before.
Oh, okay.
And I was really fatigued, and I just felt, funny, kind of lightheaded. I was super hungry.
Yeah.
And
were you always thirsty?
I never really noticed that so much because I drink a lot of water.
Okay.
I drink a lot of water. But so I never really, that was never a sign or symptom for me.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I was really hungry. I was fatigued. Probably that was the thing. I was fatigued and I just felt off. I was a little lightheaded and I felt off, and I got to my mom's house and I checked my blood sugar and it was 250. And normal blood sugar.
What is normal?
80 to 120.
Okay.
So it's reversing your blood pressure.
Yours was 250?
Yeah, your blood pressure should be 120 over 80.
Okay.
And then it's easy to remember normal blood sugar is 80 to 120. Now, it's nothing to freak out about if you're 140, 150 or 80, okay? Obviously, if it's getting lower than, I would say 70 or 60, you need to eat something.
Yes.
But yeah, I was 250. And so a couple days later, my mom had an appointment with her endocrinologist. And I go to her with her doctor's appointments. And he always asked me if I have any questions for him. And so I was like, hey, man, I had this incident the other day. I feel fine now.
Yeah. And
I checked my blood sugar and everything's normal. They were normal. It just spiked up. It was weird. And he goes, you need to come see me. So I got set up on an appointment and went and saw him. And so what they do initially is they do an A1C check in the office. And basically just a simple way, an A1C check is a way for them to look at an average of what your blood sugars have been.
So they'll draw blood.
Yeah, it's a test. They just prick your finger and they take your blood. It's not like the regular blood glucose check that like your dad probably does daily. And I don't know exactly what they do, but they can look at the results of that and it'll tell them what your A1C is. And and normal is like below 5, and anything above 6.5 is diabetic. So between like 5 and 6.5 is borderline, and I'm a 6.6. So technically, I'm diabetic.
It's like right there,
but
dude.
I'm right there. So,
yeah.
But anyway, so when I had that spiked blood sugar, that's when I told you, I was like, and so I started making changes to my diet. You know, I cut out
meat and vegetables, son.
Most of the sugar, but I haven't had a soda. I've had a couple diet sodas here and there.
They're just as bad, Andy.
Then those Zevias.
Yeah, those are mostly delicious.
Mostly those.
Speaking of, do you want one?
Sure.
Yeah, those things are delicious.
And then I've just been doing a straight up meat and vegetables diet, cut out the carbs, and I've lost a little bit of weight. But I think honestly, this is what I think. I think had I not made those changes when I did, because that was like a month and a half ago.
You think it would have been worse?
I think it would have been worse.
You're probably right.
I think making just those little minor changes helped. So yeah, it's done. My
time to cut down on the boozing.
My post military hiatus that I went on, where I just did whatever the hell I wanted, ate what I wanted, drank what I wanted.
Here's your wake up call, right?
Yeah.
You know what? It's okay. I think it's okay. It's good for people to do that, man. To slack off after they've gone out of the military. You know, for a little bit.
Not 4 years.
For a little bit. But I don't know. Just remember, you just.
But the good thing is, you know, the good thing is when it's early on like this, you can actually reverse it.
Reverse it, then, Andy.
And
do it, man.
Like you can actually it'll go away.
Yeah. Don't.
You know, it'll go away.
Yeah, because you want to.
You don't want to get to the point where your body becomes insulin resistant, and then
you have to start giving yourself shots.
You start giving yourself shots. So
yeah, you don't want to do that, man. But yeah, like it's okay to, you know, you're almost in a way you're celebrating. Like, hey, man, I'm done. I want to celebrate for a little bit, but then you get back on that horse, dude, and you just start being disciplined again.
For us thicky thicks in the military, you know, you had to get ready for a PT test. You know, no offense, but you know. You could probably 5-10 years ago, you could eat whatever the hell you wanted and it didn't affect you much.
Sure. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And
because you're young, when you're younger, dude, your metabolism is
bigger dudes
crazy.
like me, I had to really be careful with what I did. And then so I would, you know, crash diet to get ready for the PT test, and you know,
dude, and you're not alone. I knew a lot of people that did that.
Now would it be better to maintain a healthier diet?
Yeah,
long term, all the time, rather than.
And after a while, it just becomes a lifestyle, man.
Yeah.
You know, you just get. You don't even think. You forget that you're doing it.
Yeah.
You know. I don't know. I think I was fortunate. I was always just a small dude, man. But
I'll be honest, like it's not a.
Catch up to you.
There has been nothing that I've been like when I've started cutting things out that I've been like in withdrawal for.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing that I've been like, oh, I gotta have it, you know.
Some people though.
Some people, yeah.
They gotta have that. Oh man, I need that Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
You know, or I gotta have that candy bar, or donuts.
Dude. Donuts. Did you see the? I think it was like Krispy Kreme tweeted Jocko.
Did they?
Yeah, and they said something about donuts, and Jocko was like, "No donuts in caps," you know.
He was saying that he could probably never ever get caught eating a donut again, as much as he's ragged on them. Because you think about, man, they're delicious, dude.
Hell yeah,
but there is nothing good about a fucking donut, dude. Nothing.
It's fried bread with sugar.
Oh, they're so good.
But you'd be surprised, like nutrition nowadays, I think is there's a lot more research and science behind it. And
oh well, what is that thing now? They tell you to take that freaking food pyramid and pretty much flip it upside down now. Because think about how long that food pyramid's been out, and we've all tried to tailor our diet to that.
Well, and it's not a secret anymore that scientists paid.
Oh yeah.
journalists to basically make cholesterol and meat, you know, eating too much meat and cholesterol,
or when they were like
the cause of heart disease.
Don't eat eggs, dude. Remember that?
And Weight Watchers now, eggs are 0 points. Eggs, turkey, chicken. I mean, there's a lot of stuff now that are 0 points.
They work
and they want you to eat, and not eating the egg whites is
just eat the whole egg.
Eat the whole egg because the nutrients are in the yolk, you know, and it's good cholesterol. So
that's crazy, right? The food pyramid. If you go and look one up on the interwebs and flip it upside down, that's how you're supposed to be eating.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And like, remember salt too? They're like, oh, salt's gonna kill you. It's bad for you.
Yeah.
I mean, don't have a freaking excessive amount of salt, but you need the salt.
You know what my doctor told me today? He goes, don't put salt on anything. He goes, your food as it is has enough salt in it.
But I like to put it on my steaks, Andy. That's how I cook my steaks, dude.
Simple.
Sea salt and then pepper, man.
I think
if you grill it up.
I think if you're putting crazy shit on a steak, like either A, you don't know how to cook steak, or you shouldn't be cooking steak.
Shouldn't be cooking steak.
Or you don't. It's probably like rancid.
Hey, look, food.
Pasta.
Pasta. Is that pasta?
Looks like noodles, doesn't it?
It looks like something Asian, dude. It's from Laos, dude. The Guide to the Essential Dishes of Laos.
It looks hot.
That looks actually freaking delicious. But yeah, man, steak, I just keep it simple, man. Sea salt and pepper, grill it up.
Dude, my mom, I cooked we got some, H-E-B had some prime New York strips on sale for $7.49 a pound last weekend. So we got a package of 4 of them, and I threw them on the Traeger yesterday.
Awesome, dude.
I'm just going to, buy a Traeger. If you need a new grill, spend the money, buy a Traeger.
It's a lot of money, damn it.
I'll be an unofficial spokesman for them. I don't care.
They are nice girls, dude, and just the food that I've had that you cooked and brought in for me to eat, freaking delicious. The flavor is good, man. I can tell you don't you're hardly putting anything on that meat. I do like it's I guess those pellets or whatever.
It's wood.
It's wood. But man, it's
wood.
God, it tastes so good.
If you go out, people like the flavor of so why do you cook on a gas grill?
I don't. Charcoal.
You do? Okay. Why do people? Because it's easy, it's quick. You go turn it on, bam, it gets hot. Nobody wants to wait for the charcoal because charcoal is wood.
There's a difference in
and it's a flavor. It's a flavor that you get. Or cooking on wood, like if you smoke briskets or ribs or something, but the problem is you got to go out there, you got to build the fire, you got to light it, and then you've got to maintain the temperature. And
I enjoy all that though.
I do. Like it. No, I do too. I do too.
If I have the time, it's awesome.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Make the time.
To where right now I'm traveling back and forth, seeing my dad and taking my mom to doctor's appointments and stuff. If my dad's like, "Hey, brisket sounds good," I don't have the time because that's an all-night deal.
Yeah, you got to prep, man.
And I got to get up every hour, check the pit and everything. And because when I get in cooking mode, I'm OCD about it.
With the Traeger, can you just set it and forget it, or do you still
literally?
Really?
You fill the hopper holds about. The one that I have holds about 18 pounds of pellets. The pellets you can get are alderwood, mesquite, hickory, pecan, oak, or they've got blends.
Mesquiting it up, son.
They got blends, and that's what I use is that Texas bean blend, where they take mesquite wood, oak wood, and pecan wood, and they basically make sawdust out of it.
A blend.
And they make the pellets together. And so, you fill up the hopper on the side. It's got an auger that augers them into a little burn can. And it's got a little metal rod that gets hot and a fan that blows over it to stoke it. And then you set your temperature. The thermostat's there's a thermocouple that comes up in the inside of the grill. And the thermostat has the shutdown cycle.
Yes.
And then smoke, which is probably right around, I'd say, anywhere between 160 and 180. And then you have 180. Then it goes to 225, and then it goes up in 25-degree increments to 375. And then you got high, which is 450.
Yeah.
So you can do anything from smoke to grill to bake.
An outdoor.
I know a lot of people were because you don't get the sear like you would on an open fire. Because you don't have an open flame that you're cooking over. It's
using heat and smoke.
It's more like an oven, a wood-fired oven. So what Traeger suggests to do, and some people, like, you watch videos on YouTube, they'll actually like do a reverse sear where they cook. Let's say you're cooking a steak, a ribeye, and you cook it really low to like about 110 degrees, and then you pull it off. And then you crank the Traeger up to high 450 and let it get super hot.
Get the sear marks on it.
Then you grab a skillet. You throw the skillet in there, let the skillet get super hot. Throw some grass-fed butter in there, and then throw that steak back on. Stick your meat thermometer in there. Sear it on one side for a few minutes. Flip it over. Put your thermometer in there, and then cook it till your whatever doneness you want.
Dude, whenever I get my new house, I'm definitely gonna either make or I want an outdoor kitchen.
So do I.
And I'm gonna Traeger it up, dude. I'm gonna have a Traeger in there because the Traeger sounds like it's all in one.
Well, and
I'm still gonna have a grill to like do charcoal.
Oh, stuff, yeah, absolutely.
I want a Traeger too.
The thing about I was really skeptical because you go to Lowe's and Home Depot and you see these grills and they're expensive, $300-400. You look at them, and you're just like, this thing ain't gonna last.
Yeah.
When I got the Traeger, like I was like, it took me 3 months to really decide I'm going to buy it.
These things aren't cheap, man.
So I bought it. It was $629. I bought it. I showed it at my house in this big cardboard box. I opened it up, and like I'm struggling to get this because I had to put it together, put the legs on.
Yeah.
Put different stuff on. And I'm struggling to lift this thing out of the box.
It's got a good build quality to it, dude.
Thick steel.
Yeah.
The wheels on it are not plastic; they're solid rubber.
Nice.
Just I sound like a salesman, man.
But no, it's good quality stuff, man. It's gonna last.
And then they got
better for that amount of money.
Their tech support's great.
Yeah.
All the parts on it, like the thermostat and the thermocouples and all that stuff, the digital display and everything, is the same across the board.
Oh, okay.
So everything.
Did you find that sticker that said "Made in China" on it?
I did not. They are American made.
Just give a fear all put together. Like,
what's this, China? It's China.
What's this, China? Oh,
and then I start sweeping it for ZTE bugs.
China.
Oh, it came with a free cell phone.
Did Terry ever tell you about that guy that went out to? I guess him and his dad. They fixed cars or whatever, and this old man came out to him. He said, I got some wrenches and they don't fit anything. They're damn M&M wrenches. They're metrics. They all say M&M on them. And I guess Terry's like, M&M. He went and looked at him. He's like, oh, you meant these are all metrics. They weren't standard. Remember when Terry told me that, dude, I couldn't stop laughing.
M&M wrenches.
Yep. Oh, M&M. But yeah, when I do get another house, man, I do want to have an outdoor kitchen, man, and that's what I want to do. Is I want to have a Traeger, man, just sitting off there, dude, so I can Traeger it up as well. But I still like using charcoal, man. I love.
Oh, so do I.
I love charcoal.
That's why I kept my dad. My dad bought this little grill back in the '80s.
Oh, that little small guy.
Yeah,
it's cool, man. Yep.
When he was working in the oil field, and dude, I've cooked a lot of good food on it. And that thing's older than me.
Yeah. Remember I told you we're gonna have to take a trip to go see the alley because he's got a barbecue going for me.
Dude, that's a nice little pit.
Yep. I'm excited. He's like, I want you to have it. Thanks, Justin. Thinking about me.
He'd be a good dude to have on, man.
Yes, and he told me, he's like, I don't know. And I was like, yeah, we got to get him on the podcast. He'd be interesting to talk to, man.
Absolutely.
Interesting dude to talk to.
Yeah.
So what else, man? So the doctor appointment, you're a diabeto now. What are you going to do to fix it?
As much as I hate it, man, I'll start working out again. I got to.
Hey, you know what, though? Look at it this way, man. You're doing it. You're doing it for your health, man, and you're doing it for you. Because, I know when you were in the military, a lot of times you're doing it so you can pass that PT test.
Yeah.
Now, man, it's just about you.
Yeah.
And then you don't have to work. There's no deadline. You know, just work at it, man. You'll get it.
Yeah.
It's going to be awesome. I'll even help you out again. Hopefully I won't blow my back out this time. That last time I blew my fucking back out, dude, and it destroyed me.
It wasn't funny when it happened, but well, I mean, it was. I mean, not. It was funny. It was a funny story.
And it wasn't anything crazy, dude. I was just holding focus pads for you. And I just remember, I just felt something in my back, just something kind of moved wrong, and I was like, fine. And then 2 hours later, I'm on the ground. I can't even move my legs out. That was it.
But I guess probably what's most important about not my diagnosis or whatever, but we can't beat the clock. That's the only thing where you're not going to beat. You can't beat time. You're going to get older, and if you just don't feel good, if you don't feel right, listen to your body. Just listen to your body, and
like if you're like really gassy, like listening to your body.
Let it go, dude.
Dude, keep talking. I gotta fix that. Dude,
You'll know.
Getting no freaking bugs up in this motherfucker.
You'll know. Well, like listen to that Kevin Smith Rogan podcast, and he had a heart attack, dude. 47 years old, he had a heart attack, and he even he talked about like how he grew up, what he ate, and all that.
He said he just chugged the shit out of some milk.
Yeah, he was drinking like 2 gallons of milk a day.
That's a lot of milk.
But he didn't have the normal signs and symptoms of a heart attack. Some of them were the nausea,
well, he didn't even say he had that numbness in his.
Yeah, no chest pain or anything
in his arm or anything like that.
Couldn't catch his breath. He felt, but the fact was, he was gonna proceed with his next show that he was doing, but he realized something wasn't right.
Yeah.
And so just listen, and you would think, I'll say this, and I'll be the, history of diabetes in my family. You think I would be more inclined to take care of myself, being in EMS, seeing these types of emergencies, you think I would be more inclined, but I think for me, I just was like, it'll never happen to me.
I think for everybody, there's a trigger, man. And honestly, when I hurt my back, that triggered me to take better care of myself. Yeah. And it put me, like I told you, the doc said the only reason I think I was able to walk so quickly, because dude, when that happened to me, remember what happened? I couldn't walk.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And it was a day later, I went and got my MRI, walked in there, jumped on the table. I'm gonna say jump, but I got on their table and they put me through that scanner. And I just remember the nurses or the ladies that were running it just looking at me, and I knew there was something wrong just the way they're looking at me. And they can't tell you. The doctor's the one that's
right, because they have to read it.
Yeah. And then I remember I got home, and then old Captain Miracle called me. He's like, "You need to get in here right now and stop doing those stretches I told you to do." And that's what he told me. He's like, "Dude, you're L4, L5. You had a disc extrusion. It impinged on your nerve." And he goes, "Hopefully the disc will go back in." And it did, because I was able to move around, but there's no fluid in that disc.
So that's what happened to my dad.
But then he told me, he said, the only reason I think you're able to walk around so quickly, he goes, is you don't have a gut. He goes, so I'm telling you right now, you start gaining weight. What happens when we get, we get fat, especially the males, our bellies start to come out, and it's going to pull my spine in, and it'll impinge on that nerve again. And he wasn't lying, because like shortly after that, I started gaining a little bit of weight, and anywhere between 10 to 15 pounds. And dude, my back was just bothering me, and the top of my thigh would go numb. It was just irritating. So it was kind of a blessing, man. Now I got to stay thin, so I don't have that lower back pain.
Absolutely.
So there's things
that same thing happened to my dad, and that's why he had to have his back fusion.
Yeah. So I don't know. That's why I do a lot of that's why I still try to stay active, man, because if I don't, man, my back just kills me, man.
I'm telling you, man, if you can stay out of the hospital, stay out of the operating room. Yeah. The better off you are. It's weird, man, because today I'm just sitting there, because afterwards he's like, go give blood and stuff. And so I'm sitting there at the lab, and I'm like I've been a healthy dude, man. My whole life, really, I've been healthy, and I'm like, well, here I am. Now I'm one of those people, and now I'm going to the pharmacy to get a prescription. I'm like, man, but it's not. It don't have to be permanent.
Nope, you can correct it, man, and you will.
So,
you will.
Yeah,
we can use this as a library. to the video library, dude. Like you can slowly see the change in you. You know, like episode 20. Look at Andy now, dude.
Holy
Looks like
shit.
a different person.
Is he eating cheese? More cheese?
That motherfucker's bigger now. You'll be on giving yourself that shot, dude.
Hold. Come over with a 24-pack of Dr. Pepper. Give me another Dr. Pepper.
This guy's so full of shit. Like in episode 4, he was talking about take care of yourself. Look at him now.
Yeah. Yeah. I got that big Great Dane, man. I think I'll let him fucking pull me around the neighborhood.
Yeah. Go walk with the man. Get those walks in. I mean, you just start off easy, dude. You don't got to go crazy right out the get-go, man. God damn it. I forgot to zip that thing up, or the magnets on it. Just don't want no bugs to get
it. It's nice, man.
It is nice.
It's not been real. I mean, it's hot.
It's hot.
But it's not, I mean,
it's fucking summertime.
It's not uncomfortable.
No. I just don't want those damn bugs to come in.
Hey, so I got some shit I need to store in your garage, dude.
Well, dude, I got enough shit in here. Dude, you had too much silence. You had to keep talking.
And he's back.
And I'm back again. Back again.
Well, I think that's, I don't know. My dad watched him today.
Did some more walking, dude?
Yeah, so I guess this is week 2, end of week 2 walking. Last Monday, he took his first steps in 5 months.
Nice, dude.
And he took 24 steps on the parallel bars. And for anybody that don't know, he broke his ankle back in Christmas Eve, and he just had a whole lot of medical issues in his recovery process, and he's doing very well. But
guy couldn't catch a break, man.
No, he couldn't.
I mean, he broke his leg.
Yeah,
other than that, he couldn't catch a break.
And then, so in 2 weeks, he's went from walking 24 steps on the parallel bars to he walked over 100 feet today with a walker.
Good, man. That's awesome.
And he's getting himself up out of his chair.
Kirby's going to be back in action, dude.
Yeah.
That's good, man. Was it pretty cool watching them walk again?
Oh, dude, I'm bawling.
Yeah.
Man. I'm just emotional wreck. My mom's bawling, you know. And it's kind of funny because he's got the personality where everybody just loves him. Everybody just loves him.
Yeah.
Like, and so like everybody's walking down the hall and like high-fiving him, like nurses and just different people that work there, and they're just like, oh my goodness, this is a long time coming, and they're cheering him on, and he's eating it up. He loves it. Mm-hmm. But I'll tell you what, man, I hope when I'm 75, if I ever have to go through anything like that, I hope I've got
seems like his spirits are always up, dude.
The grit that he has, because I mean, this has not been easy. I mean, he's had everything against him,
mm-hmm.
and he's kept a good attitude, positive, motivated. And
I think that does a lot, dude. Because like my mom, because she beat cancer twice, dude.
Yeah,
was it last April? She,
that's not a.
But dude, every time.
Really
both times, the first time was the worst, but like, dude, I just remember my mom always being positive, man, and always cracking jokes. She was never down. Yeah, there were times where I saw she was sick from the chemo, and she'd be throwing up and shit, and she just wanted to sleep all the time. But while she was awake and she was around me and my sisters, same lady, dude. I mean, she even when she was losing all her hair, she's like, "Look, do I look like Sigourney Weaver? From Aliens, dude, when she shaved her hair." And then she would wear the bandanas on her head, dude. And I just remember her, she'd tell me, she's like, look, today I'm going to be a Crip or a Blood. She would have, I was like, this lady's funny, man. But I think having that positive attitude and just, it does a lot for recovery, man.
We know his therapist, his main occupational therapist, her name's Barbara, an amazing lady.
Mm-hmm.
And she's the type of person that, she will, she's gonna tell you straight up, like you need to. This is what you need to do.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to get out of here, this is what you need to do. You know. But she says that, like, my dad is an easy person to work with because he wants to do it. He's motivated.
Yeah.
He's got that. She said there's so many times that they get people in this skilled nursing
facility. A lot of quitting them.
Yeah, they just don't, and who knows what it is, like maybe they've had a lifetime of health problems, or they've been through that so many times and they're just tired.
Yeah.
Or they just don't want to do it. Or they're tired of living. They're done, And but to see my dad, 75 years old, and he's you can tell he's got a lot more life in him.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude.
So it's good, man. But it's cool to watch him. And then he's like, he's like, they left him with this, like I was telling you, it's a PVC pipe, like 3/4 PVC pipe.
Yeah.
It's capped and it's weighted 3 pounds. And he's like, hey, pick that up. He's like, do this, and I do it. And then he's like, do this. He's like, how many did you do? And I like, oh, I don't know, 20. He's like, oh, I do 50. Of course you do, Dad.
Yeah, I think with the positive attitude and just the marvels of today's medicine, man.
Amazing.
And of course, the people that work in the hospitals.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can get healed up, man.
Maggot therapy. Who knew?
It's weird.
Yeah.
And that's been around for a while.
Yeah, it has, but shit.
Did you listen to that podcast 1123 about psychedelics?
I'm on it right now.
Oh, okay. That's right.
I just finished where they were talking about, I don't know what that stuff was, but
yeah, isn't that crazy, dude? They're like 2 years away. What they're saying, 2 years away from a psychiatrist prescribing some type of psychedelic for you to combat your anxiety or depression. For people that have that.
It's crazy.
It's weird, man.
What I thought was interesting was that lady who had that trip, and then when she come down, she was like, "There's so much cool stuff in this world. Why would I kill myself smoking cigarettes?"
Yeah.
And it cured her from smoking cigarettes.
But dude, there is some doctors that are like looking at psychedelics, man, to help you. But like, some people are? I heard they're going to South America to get that treatment because, of course, it's not legal here.
Well, what I thought was interesting, and I didn't know this, was that psychedelics like LSD, mushrooms, MDMA, what's that other stuff? Anyways, they're all Schedule I drugs, and they don't even fit the profile for a Schedule I drug.
Yeah.
They're not addictive. They've proven they're not addictive.
You know what's crazy? You compare that to alcohol. Alcohol's way worse, and it's fucking legal. Because we drink all the time.
Well, right? But that's a that's a money thing, man.
You know what I'm saying, though? But alcohol has destroyed a lot of lives.
Cigarettes.
Yeah. But
opioids.
Yep.
But that's the problem with this country is it's going to be hard to get rid of that stuff.
Oh, don't get rid of alcohol.
Well, I'm just saying that. But my point is stuff that's marked bad.
Yeah.
That's illegal. That has
there's some things I don't think should be illegal.
Definite medicinal properties to it are illegal. But then you have stuff like alcohol's nothing more than poison.
Yeah.
Nothing more than poison. You poison your body. Smoking cigarettes. The nicotine's not necessarily bad for you.
Yeah, it's just the way that you're ingesting it.
The way that you ingest it, but it's carcinogenic. Yep. So, and all this stuff. But if they were to bring other stuff online, that's the dilemma. Is we'll just use marijuana, for example, versus opioids. You bring marijuana online and prescribe it to people for pain. And now the doctors aren't prescribing opioids. Now you got big pharma.
Yeah,
is going to losing money, and that's what it all comes down to.
And it's sad because I think the medicinal uses for marijuana, man, are way better than freaking opioids.
Well, man. I mean, why would you want to? And this is just a simple perspective. Why would you, if you had a chronic pain problem, why would you want to take something synthetic like fentanyl? And I've seen what that does to people, and it's horrible. I mean, I've been on numerous overdoses where people can't wake up.
Isn't that what Michael Jackson died of?
No, that was propofol. That was like an actual like anesthetic.
Oh, okay.
You know, you go on an overdose call, and there's a person lying on the floor. They're unconscious. They're either not breathing, or if they're barely breathing, and you take your knuckles and you do what's called sternal rub. I mean, you really drive your knuckles down in there, and you get no response out of a person.
Jesus, that shit hurts, dude. And just doing that right there lightly.
And this was,
and they're not waking up, dude.
Yeah, and this was what happened. This is what happened. This particular person that I ran on was at a nursing home and was prescribed fentanyl patches for whatever. I don't know if she had cancer or chronic pain or whatever. Well, the nursing staff come in to give her the next dose, never took the other patch off.
Oh, and just OD'd her.
And so she kind of got double the dose, or there was something that happened there. And so that, and those opioids, what they do is, well, the main side effects is they depress your respiratory drive and your heart rate. And so that's how people die. They get too much of it in their system. Their body quits breathing. You know, you quit breathing, your heart stops. Now, you can reverse it in the field by giving them Narcan, and that's an interesting subject too, where they've started to field police officers with Narcan. You know, I asked Darren if he don't have it. Nick has it in Colorado. You know, where basically what it is, it's an opioid antagonist. So you give the Narcan, you can give it a couple different methods. You can give it IV.
Okay.
Or you can do in a nasal mist.
Oh, okay.
And so you put it in their nose and you push it, and it atomizes and you know, goes in that way. And basically what it does is it gets between the opioid, on the opioid receptor, it gets between the opioid and the opioid receptor, and it basically cancels out the effect of the opioid. Now, a couple problems with that is these people are so drugged up and they're so used to using these medications. When you take that away, you got a couple different responses. You got all that pain comes back like that, and they get sick. They get really nauseous. And so, and then they can get combative. But I've seen it numerous times where you have somebody that's OD'd on something, and you give that, and they'll actually start breathing.
Now, like, okay, so like if somebody's on opioids and like they take it away from them, or they get off,
they're going to
go from withdrawals, but they won't die from the withdrawals, will they?
No, it's like heroin. You know, you don't die from the withdrawals. It's just miserable.
But you will from alcohol.
Oh yeah.
You could die from alcohol withdrawals.
Absolutely.
Isn't that crazy?
Absolutely.
How I brought that back?
It'll crash your heart, man. Yeah.
How alcohol is way worse than anything else, dude. But it's legal.
Yeah. But my point was like, why wouldn't you want to take something that's organic?
Yeah. Natural.
That's proven natural. That's proven to help with pain, or take something synthetic. Crazy, right?
I just want to get those frogs from South America, dude. Get some of their.
Just keep them in the garage.
Some of that stuff that they excrete that make you trip out.
I'll find out the name of the documentary, but it's based in a town in West Virginia, and they have more heroin overdoses in that town per capita than the whole United States, like in comparison.
Holy shit.
You know. And
how do you think one area just becomes like the area for
this particular one? The way they follow around this lady who's a fire chief, and you know, because they're the ones that are responding to all these overdoses, and she's working with like the public health department there to get Narcan into the fire departments, onto the fire trucks. You know.
Do you guys have it at your fire department?
No, we don't have it. We're not allowed to carry that particular drug because of our we're basic life support. That is an advanced life support skill, or drug rather. Abilene has it though. Because the fire trucks here staff paramedics.
Yeah.
And then the ambulance, of course, has it. But so, anyways, it follows through. I wish I'll look it up, but it goes through talks about the whole opioid epidemic. But what happened? What was basically the cause of it was you had all these blue collar workers working in these steel mills and stuff like that. What happens is they hurt their back or they get injured, right?
Yep.
So they go to the doctor or they have surgery or whatever, and they get put on pain pills. And then they, it's not necessarily an addiction, but it may turn into one.
Yeah.
But their pain is managed and controlled. The problem with opioids is you reach a therapeutic level, and then it starts to where it doesn't help anymore. So you got to up the dose and up the dose. And all these opioids are just synthetic heroin. Then the doctors get to a point where, there's a lot of scrutiny right now on doctors prescribing pain pills because they know that they're bad, but they do have a place in medicine. So doctors are like, you're addicted, man. I'm not giving you anymore.
Yeah.
So they cut them off. So now they're in this massive pain, right? Now they can't go to work. They can't do anything.
So they find
something. Then they go on the street and they get heroin. And heroin replaces the opioids. And then it's downhill from there. They lose their jobs. Now they're, females are out. They're out selling their bodies to get the money, to get the heroin. And it's got a stranglehold on them. And then they do too much and they OD. And there's a part in that documentary where this fire chief goes to the fire station and it's not a policy that they will carry it. She's basically taking it there and saying, here's the Narcan, put it on your truck when you respond to an OD. And one of the firefighters says, do I have to use it?
Yeah.
And you kind of, at first you think, well, what a dick. But then you think they go on 5 or 6 ODs a day.
So many, dude. They probably
and it's the same people.
Wow.
And so.
Oh, Darren was kind of saying that.
Yeah.
He kind of sees the same people all the time.
And so you go there, and they get the drugs, they get high, they OD. You go, you bring them back to life.
A repetitive cycle.
They turn around, they go do it again, and then and after a while, I mean, I don't blame them for feeling the way they feel.
Yeah.
And that's why it's such an epidemic in this country.
Crazy. Find out what that is. I want to watch that. I mean, you don't have to do it now, but
no, I will because it's a good one for people.
I want to watch that, dude. I like stuff like that. I mean, I don't like that stuff happening to people, but I like to watch documentaries like that. So, you gonna go watch any movies this summer, Andy?
I don't know.
There's some good movies out right now, dude. Saw that Deadpool. That was awesome.
I haven't seen the first one.
What?
Yeah.
What? Oh man. And of course I went and saw that Avengers was good too. I haven't seen Solo yet, even though I heard it kind of flopped in the movie theater.
I'm really gonna disappoint you because I've never seen that movie.
What, Solo?
Oh no, like all the Star Wars.
What's the matter?
Since the original ones.
But you saw the original ones.
Yeah, okay. But I've never seen when I was a kid. I've never seen it.
The other ones are good, man. But yeah, I didn't do good at the box office because I think it was all timing, man. Why the hell are you gonna release your movie when Deadpool's out and the Avengers out? You can't. I understand they want that summer money, but dude, you got to think about it. Everybody's all wanting to be superheroes now, dude. Is it on Netflix?
I don't know. Yes, but I don't know if this is the one. I think it is. I think it's called Heroin, but I'm trying to find the. Yes.
It's on Netflix?
Yeah, it's going to be it's Heroin.
Heroin
is the name of it. It's on Netflix. Huntington, West Virginia. So.
And you think of West Virginia, man, I think of like real pretty area.
Yeah.
Lots of trees, lots of green, mountains, streams. You ever think of
So this is just to give you it follows 3 women fighting West Virginia's opioid epidemic. And for a city its size, Huntington, West Virginia has a surprising number of superlatives to its name. None of them positive. For years, it's been called the most obese city in the U.S., with roughly 40% of its population of 50,000 qualifying for that dubious distinction. In 2008, the CDC called Huntington America's unhealthiest city.
Ew.
The film reports that in 2015, Huntington saw 10 times the national average of opioid overdoses, as many as 26 in a single day. So it follows around a fire chief, and then it follows around another lady who is like, she goes out, basically she just goes out all the prostitutes that are on the streets, and she gives them like sandwiches and stuff like that, so they have a meal, because there's a lot of them that just live off the street.
Damn.
And then they have like there's a judge, I think, that they follow a judge that does like a drug court thing. And so yeah, watch it. Heroin. It's on Netflix, and it come out September of 2017.
Heroin. Yep, I'm gonna add it to my watch list. So what else, dude?
That's all I got, man.
Yeah. I don't really have anything else going on, man. Just gonna enjoy my weekend. Actually, tomorrow I'm probably gonna go to that water park. Jaden was hitting me up, so I'll go out there and snooze it up while he swims.
Nice.
Yep. I still can't get my pool right, dude. I mean, it's blue, but I know there's still crap under there. Every time I vacuum it, I'm bringing up some leaves. And
do you test your water?
I just make sure I can see through it.
Well, you got a salt water, right?
No, I stopped using that. It's just all chlorine now. Chlorine, so it's a chlorine pool. Actually, I think it's easier with chlorine than it was with salt. The thing with those above ground, man, if you use the salt, it starts to eat up the metal on the frame.
Just shock the crap
shit
out of it,
man.
Do you float a chlorine tab in it?
I do. Yeah. I got one of those floaty things up there. I mean, my pool's swimmable right now. It's just gotta clean it, man. Gotta clean that bad boy. Well, cool, man. So do you want to wrap this one up, dude?
Yeah.
All right. We're out.
Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Like, subscribe, share. Red Ball Podcast. Thanks for watching.
Cool. Late.